friend. Welcome back to the YouTube channel for the Renaissance English History Podcast. I am your host, Heather, and I have been podcasting on Tudor England since 2009, making my show the original Tudor History Podcast. This channel is where I put all of my episodes from all of my shows, as well as lots of extra content like this video right here. Today, we are talking about Advent, the Advent season, and how the Tudors would have been celebrating the Advent season. So it is so perfect, you guys. I am so set up with this because it's snowing outside. I don't know if you can see it in the background or not, but there's little flakes. It's not going to land. It's been too warm, but it's snowing. And I've got my hot water bottle right here. Ooh, I love this thing. I bought this on Amazon. And anyway, just put it like that. Or right now I've got it over my lap. It makes my whole table shake. I really love it. And I've got my little Christmas mug with my coffee with peppermint mocha in it. And this is actually, show you, this is a Marks and Spencer Christmas mug because you people in the UK will appreciate this. Marks and Spencer has a deal with our store here, Target. Target's like a, what would you say, like in the UK, like an Asda or something. It's higher. It's like Marks and Spencer, really. Target is. And so they have a deal with Marks and Spencer at Christmas time, not for like their clothes or home goods or anything like that, but just for special treats, Christmas treats. So they have like tins with gingerbread and shortbread cookies and biscuits and things like that. And so there's this little stand in the middle of Target's in one of the aisles that says, gifts from London. And it actually even says on it, Marks and Spencer. And there's the London Eye and Big Ben. And it says like right on there, Marks and Spencer. And I love this. And I used to buy my underwear at Marks and Spencer when I lived in London. They had really good underwear. I don't know if they still do. It's been a long time. But yeah, that's what I remember Marks and Spencer for. This sweater came from Marks and Spencer, not from a Marks and Spencer in England, from a Marks and Spencer in Marbella at the La Cañada shopping center. So there you go. I don't know why I'm talking about all this, but I'm talking about it all. So yeah, I've got the Marks and Spencer sweater, jumper. I've got my Marks and Spencer mug with my coffee. I've got my hot water bottle. It's snowing, and we're going to talk about Advent. So, I mean, if you're here for that, I'm here for that. I'm excited. So, Advent's going to be coming up soon. I'm going to tell you at the end about my Yuletide with the Tudors program, and we're going to talk about that just a little bit, but we're going to talk about how our Tudor friends would have been preparing for Christmas. So the word Advent itself, interestingly, means, preparation or coming. And traditionally in Gaul and Spain in the 4th, 5th century, Advent was a time when they were preparing Christians for the baptisms that would happen at the Feast of the Epiphany, which I thought was really interesting. So it wasn't really about Christmas at all. It was preparing the new Christians for their baptism that would happen later. By the 6th century, I think it was, it started to reach this point of like preparation for Christmas, preparation spiritually, getting your soul ready to celebrate the birth of Christ, all of that. So this was a time for our Tudor friends, much more than today, I think. Although for a lot of people, like at my church, they light the Advent wreath. It's still kind of considered a time of preparation. It was a time of reflection, anticipation, being ready, and what do they call it? Like watchful waiting, marked by unique customs and traditions. The Advent period was also a period of fasting, so you weren't eating meat during that time. And it was about creating a space for the upcoming joy of Christmas. So today we're going to talk about how the Tudors prepared for the festive season and the rituals that shaped their Advent experience. And then if you are curious about bringing a little bit more Tudor history into your holiday season, I'm going to tell you about Yuletide with the Tudors, which is starting next week when Advent starts on December 1st. I can't believe it's almost December. Like yesterday was TudorCon, I swear, in September. But now it's December. Anyway, Advent begins on the 4th Sunday before Christmas, and it was deeply tied to the church calendar. For the Tudors, this was a sacred time focused on penance, on prayer, and on spiritual preparation. It was a chance to reflect on faith and the significance for each person of Christ's birth. Fasting was a major part of the season. Unlike today's lead up to Christmas, where there's like a lot of parties and a lot of indulgence, the Tudors abstained from meat, dairy, and other rich foods during this time. The Advent fast also heightened the sense of celebration when the Christmas feast finally arrived. Imagine abstaining for weeks, knowing that the reward would be these roasted meats, spiced pies, and sugared treats would be waiting for you. And you'd have to be cooking all of that while you were fasting. So I don't know, that seems a little bit like torture, but anyway. So daily life during Advent centered on both personal and communal observances. Many Tudor families would have been attending the regular church services. Prayers and hymns would create a solemn yet hopeful atmosphere. Homes were lit with candles, a symbol of the light that would soon arrive with Christmas Day, the light coming into the darkness. Greenery like holly and ivy would slowly make its way into homes. You would really go out on Christmas Eve, the day before Christmas, a couple days before Christmas, and get all of your greenery. But you'd start to have little sprinklings of it throughout the Advent season. And these evergreens represented hope and renewal, a comforting reminder during the very darkest days of winter. But Advent wasn't solely about self-denial. Charity was a key component of the season. Wealthier households would share food and resources with their neighbors, ensuring that nobody was left out as Christmas approached. Acts of generosity were a reflection of a community's values and faith. While Advent was a time for reflection, for preparing your soul, all of that kind of thing, it was also filled with quiet preparations for the celebration to come. In Tudor homes, the weeks leading up to Christmas were spent transforming the space. Like I said, you'd start to decorate. These decorations, this greenery, it's actually symbols of eternal life, and they would provide protection against evil spirits and, the kind of evil in the dark. In the kitchens, the preparations for the Christmas feast were already underway. Ale was brewed, meats had been salted and were being cured. Spices like cinnamon and cloves, rare and precious, were carefully prepared for pies and puddings. The scent of these preparations would fill the home, a tantalizing reminder of the feast that lay ahead. Advent was a season of contrast. The quiet, reflective weeks stood in stark opposition to the joy and abundance of Christmas Day and then the 12 days of Christmas. This balance made the eventual celebration all the more meaningful, a reward for weeks of fasting and patience. Not everybody would wait until Christmas to eat. There's a poem by Robert Herrick that shows that some people were not prepared to wait that long. It says, "Come, guard this night the Christmas pie, that the thief, though ne'er so sly, with his flesh hooks don't come nigh to catch it. From him who all alone sits there, having his eyes still in his ear, and a deal of nightly fear to watch it." So you would have to guard the Christmas pie to make sure that people didn't come and get it before Christmas itself. Reminds me of my child trying to find her Christmas presents before Christmas. Such basic human things anyway. So Advent wasn't just a waiting period. It was a time of small but meaningful rituals that built anticipation for Christmas. Through my Yuletide with the Tudors program, it starts on December 1st, you can explore these traditions day by day, from the significance of fasting to the stories behind the Tudor holiday symbols. The program will help bring you closer to the Tudor experience with daily videos. Get a digital Advent calendar. Every day opens up to a new video with some aspect of Tudor holiday. We go from December 1st all the way through to January 6th. So we do keep the 12 days of Christmas as well. And we still have the early bird price going on. There was a lot of interest in it, so I kept it going. So you can sign up at the early bird price using the code EARLYBIRD-YULETIDE to save $5 and step into your season full of history and holiday magic. So Advent was a cornerstone of the holiday season, shaping the joy and abundance of Christmas Day. From fasting and reflection to charity and preparation, it was a time of quiet meaning that set the stage for the celebration. I will leave you with a quote from Pope Leo the Great on fasting during the Advent season. What is more effective than fasting, by which we approach God, and resisting the devil, we overcome indulgent vices? For fasting has always been food for virtue. Chaste thoughts, reasonable desires, and more sound deliberations profit from fasting. And our spirit is renewed for moral excellence. So that is why people fasted during Advent. If you made it this far in the video and you enjoyed it, I sure would appreciate a press of that like button. It helps to feed the algorithm and get this content to even more people. I hope I earned your subscription to my channel, where I put out videos like this on the regular. If you want to keep watching Christmas Tudor content, here is a recent episode I did on the Christmas feast. And here is a video that YouTube thinks you will enjoy. Thank you so much for watching. You are deeply loved. I'm so glad I share the planet with you. Don't forget to drink your water, and I will be back soon. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.